Hey y'all. Okay, I don't have any specific subject, but randomly we'll talk about, life and career. Let's talk about success. What most of the time that we noticed and observed that people struggle with their success, and those successful people, what they got in them, what made them to be successful in their life today. First of all, that question I ask myself, how I should put it into words for all of you to understand what it takes basically. First thing, I think in my assessment that habits play a very vital role. Your routine discipline of everyday life is very important. So your habits is whatever you are today, whoever you are today, it's due to your everyday habits, right? So if you want to identify those successful people all around the world, whether a business person, entrepreneur, celebrities, creative people, writer, artists, dancers, anything, they have one thing in them is their habits. They have their habits so precise every day, they do not miss it. For example, having good exercise, looking after themselves, having good diet, disciplined life, and there are a lot of other things which depends on their category of work. So if you are a writer, it's required different kind of practice to develop your writing skills every day, right? And if you're a singer, you need to practice your voice every day in the morning. So it has its own ideology and own grammar to follow. So first of all, you need to understand all of these things. On the other hand, if you want to identify unsuccessful people, most of the time they are drowning within themselves with their procrastination, thinking of negative way. They are, before taking any initiative towards their desire and goal, what they do basically, they keep on question themselves. Are they capable? Are they qualified enough to get it? Or should they go for it? Should they do it or no? And this kind of procrastination and self-doubt basically pulling you back, holding you back. So if you really want to success in your life, to be successful, no matter, now you need to understand the difference between having lots of money and not having money enough. It doesn't determine your success. Success should be, your habits, your thoughts, your belief, that confidence. Now, for success, along with habits, it's required core confidence, a confidence that gonna reflect through your appearance when you are talking, when you are presenting, or when you have a prospect to hold a conversation with your associates or friends, anyone that you intend to explore with your ideas. Now and to start something or do something or follow your dream, you need to have a good idea. It's important, right? You might have now on the other hand, there is a gap with so many people that those people are so great with ideas, maybe the world best ideas, but the problem is they lack communication, right? They cannot communicate, they cannot put it into words what they are having, what is their proposition of that project and ideas, what is their prospect to hold that conversation with another person. If you want to do something, you definitely gonna meet some people, you definitely need other people to take part into your journey or that ideas or that business model you having in your mind to start. Now, communication could be through writing, could be through speaking, could be over phone. And what's its required? The communication records a good approach along with your confidence. whatever you are saying, it is meaningful, and whatever you are thinking to do, it has value. So only good ideas is not enough. I have seen so many people who jump into good ideas instead of doing their analysis and assess those aspects of that work well you are going to execute practically. So when you are going to do it practically, it changes 25% from your ideas, pen and paper. So you need to follow all those rules, and you need to take steps, every steps gradually. So this is like a framework and methods that you need to follow. And before that, what you need to develop is your own confidence and your habits. These two things are very important. I would say this is going to be your foundation to really walking towards your success. And rest, you just need to be driven. If something you want, you have to have that driving force of yours, not others. It doesn't matter whether someone believes in your idea or no. It doesn't matter whether someone thinks you are capable of doing it. No, you need to face those challenges and go beyond and challenge it to yourself, not to others. Instead of proving yourself to others, I think you need to think it in that way, to prove those things to yourself. My simple theory is, if I don't believe in myself of doing something, that I can do it and I'm capable, I can put my 100%. Doesn't matter if I have to work in time 10 to 15 hours, I'm cool with that. Sometimes that happens when I'm riding, I'm not sleeping like more than 7 days, 10 days. It's because it's not that who doesn't want to sleep. I do want to sleep. Sometimes my body gave up, right? But when you set a goal, what it does, that drives you have within yourself, that drives you, that gives you that force to go and reach it, go and finish it. So that's how you basically, the core of talking about this is to becoming your own mentor. I want all of you to understand one thing: no one is gonna come and hand over all this success or all these elements for yourself. No one but you are the power. You have that power, and take the power of now is your time. Taking too much time and wasting too much time is also not cool. At the same time, jumping into something over the night without having those assessment and analysis of your own mind, that is also not cool. So the point is using your own mind. Be the master of your life, be the boss of your life. And now another thing it takes place is like confidence and arrogance. These two things are different, okay? I won't take their name. Few of my friends, when I see they came up with a great idea, trust me, but they just jump. They did not do their homework, and they struggle. They sink into nowhere but in a dying situation. So that is also not cool. Sorry, I think with that excitement I'm speaking so faster. And another thing that people go by that straight line, what is written on the book or what is written on the signboard. I personally do not follow this kind of things. I would like to put my own mind out there. And most of the time, if you ask someone, are you optimistic or you are a pessimist? All right, so some people just think that, okay, if I say optimistic, I'll look cool. So that's a very different thing. And some are a pessimist, whatever. So I don't want to go there. What is my core point? Of course, optimism is required, but when? Not blindly. Don't be an optimistic person blindly. Come on, you have a beautiful mind, you have your eyes, you have those feelings, those intuition that you have. Knock them. You need to wake up. You need to feel it, you need to hear it to yourself and see back in your mind there is another you, your subconscious, your conscious, your unconscious. You record all this of you, and most of the time people talk and take decisions in a conscious state. So I think that conscious state matters when we are presenting ourselves into the group or outside of the world or with people, mostly like how I should present myself, how I should start the talking. Okay, there is certain rules and fundamental of that to present yourself, but when you are within yourself and you are doing your own research for your project or any kind of desire that you have, it's required. You just cannot be optimistic person blindly. I do not suggest that. You better be wise here, and people need to be smart and wise. And another thing, you'll see that having fear and self-doubt, fear for the unknown, that what is out there, what if I fail, what if I get stuck, okay, I'm not saying having fear is wrong. You must have fear, and that's where you will dig for the solutions. All right, when you can question the right question for yourself and for your journey, it is going to help you. The universe, the law of nature is going to help you, and it's gonna lead you to resource those elements for your solutions. All right, and for success, another thing, your communication habits, and there are a lot of other things. Now another thing I would like to address here is, before getting into success of career, I think you need to focus on having that success of your personal self. That's the root. That is going to be your foundation. Like, for example, as a person, what kind of person you are. As a person, what kind of thought process you are having. Whether it's positive, it's negative. Do you always procrastinate yourself with your ideas, with your thoughts? So many things, right? So you need to get rid of all this, and you need to inject those good habits, new habits every day, like reading, exercise, meditation is cool, best, and try to observe silence. Doesn't matter what time you prefer, any time you prefer. Once you really can observe silence within yourself, trust me, that is going to guide you long way. That is going to guide you long way to become your own master. You don't need somebody else. You just need to question yourself if you are stuck. And another thing, people think, oh, I know this, I read that. Of course, knowing is important. Knowing is knowledge. But knowing is not enough unless you have the quality of understanding whatever you are getting to know or read or learn. So understanding is like crucial, I would say. It's just crucial. There is no other alternative. And another thing, that your approach and behavior, it's very important that a person develop a very quality and high values behavior for themselves and for family, for friends, for others. For example, most of the time I notice, let's talk about social media, right? When people are doing something, and some people are sitting out there having variety of fake accounts and putting, unhealthy, unpleasant comments to others' profile. Now, the person, whoever is he or she doing it, it's basically reflecting his or her upbringing and their shallow mindset. So maybe you are not out of, if you look deep into yourself, you might find some of those habits you might have. Maybe you do it out of habits because listen now. Okay, let's talk about a little bit of neuroscience. Our mind doesn't, the human brain doesn't have, doesn't understand the language that I'm speaking. Bengali, I'm speaking English, Chinese, really doesn't. Our brain understand the language of sound. So the language of human brain is the sound, all right? If you are crying in Chinese language or laughing in Chinese or Korean, really doesn't matter. Brain understand that sound. You understand that interesting part of brain. The neuroscience that basically excites me a lot. I love it. So when we grew up, or the environment we have during our upbringing and foundation, like I'm talking about 5 to 14 and 15 years old, right? What happened, maybe you are not intend to do such stupid behavior or such bad things and talking very unworthy, using very baseless kind of conversation, right? So what happened? But you heard it from others, friends, family, neighbors, uncle, aunts, brothers, sisters, whoever is. As a child, what happened? Back then maybe you did not realize, but your subconscious captured those sounds, those intonation of, when we are talking, our speech has an intonation to understand that which perspective and which mode I'm holding to delivering my dialects towards someone, or when I'm saying something, right? The same way brain has that. So our brain captured that. So basically our subconscious mind absorbed that and they store it. Maybe you don't know, gradually when you are like 5 to 10 years old, your subconscious is delivering those habits for you. Maybe you don't know it, but you are saying it. You maybe don't intend to do it, but you are doing it. You're doing something sometimes out of habits. Another example, if I give you more simple way, excuse me, that is, suppose when you wake up from sleep, what's the first thing we do? We go and brush our teeth, we get fresh, right? That's like mandatory for people. No one has to tell you go and brush your teeth, this and that. Why do we do that? It's a human habit, right? Habits are like big thing in your life to make it good, make it bad, make it valuable, make it cheap. So here is the point. You need to ask that question. What do you want to bring in your life? What do you want to capture in your life? So because we all do have a choice, and everything costs something. Nothing is free in this world. Nothing is free in this world. When we say free, no, it's not free. But common people understand free, when we say free means without money. I'm not talking about that, so understand that. If you are doing something, if you are practicing for exercise, okay, you want to do what? Maybe yoga. So what is required? First day you are not gonna get even into that position to sit for 5 minutes. Your body gonna ache. You will be uncomfortable because your body part, those muscles are not used to it. They don't know what you are doing. So, and as a human DNA is very complex matter itself. They have huge complex. They have highest level of defensive mechanism. If you trying to inject new habits into your life, your DNA is going to reject. They're gonna defense. They're gonna fight it back. They will try to figure out something else, not to adapt it. So here is the thing. You have to be wise, and you need to work on your free will. Willpower, of course, you need, but when I address free will is like having that thoughts and understanding in your mind at your conscious state. By understanding your subconscious is stored so many things that you do not want anymore in your life, and it has no purpose to serve in your life. So what you can do to help yourself, you need to get rid of those, right? And how can you get rid of this? You cannot get rid of all of this over the night. You need to apply and take baby steps towards that, one by one. Like I started by doing 15 minutes meditation or yoga, and you practice it for 15 days, and you yourself gonna see the difference, how your body is okay with it, not defending you anymore. So everything, just put that theory to everything. If you can believe in yourself, if you can made up your mind for something, it's possible. There is nothing in this world it's not possible. It doesn't mean you're not gonna fail, it doesn't mean you're not gonna have setbacks. How does it matter? But your core competence lies there. Play the key role there, that you are willing to go beyond that. So prepare yourself for all these things and have those understanding for yourself, and ask that right question to yourself and use your own mind. Nothing is gonna be more powerful than having those understanding and asking the right question. And understand one thing, you are you, no one is you. There is no other one like you. So you are unique, you are powerful, nobody is you. So do not compare yourself with somebody else. Do not try to be like somebody else. What is your job, I think and I believe, is to become more of you. Become the best version of you. Get rid of those past, get rid of those dead lives that you have, get rid of those habits which is not serving the purpose of your life. So have those desires, go ahead, make your life exactly the way you desire. Because what is the point if a person cannot build a good life and having fulfillment in his or her life by those values are very important. So one thing you need to remember, that anything you want to do without harming others, you need to add values to yourself and make sure that add values to others as well. That's the law of nature and the power of universe that is going to help you and guide you, assist you all the way of your goal, through your journey. So your job, there will be bumpy roads too. I'm not saying the road is going to be so smooth. No, life does, okay, let's talk about life a little bit. You are a living thing with emotions, with feelings, such a beautiful creation of Almighty God. That inspires me, that I'm so much curious about life even. So when you see the diagram or the graph of life is not a straight line. Life is always like this, up and down, up and down, up and down, little bit, and it has like flow of high and low. That's what makes life. That's what it is all about. So understand life, anything you do, you just need to put your mind, put your own wiseness, and having understanding is important than knowing thousand things, lots of things. You don't need to be a scientist, you don't need to be a scholar. You can be master of your life. You just need to apply different approach. So having that alternative approach to figure out your life or your career. But anything you do, you must remember one thing. You have to build your own unique self with those values, with character, with words, having that, all these things are going to make you that best version of you. And whatever the energy you're gonna put into yourself or you have in yourself, that's the energy, that same energy from the universe and from the law of nature, you're gonna connect. So that is going to become double. If you hold black in your mind, trust me, you're gonna connect to the black, because black also have dark power. It has dark matter too, right? So it doesn't matter. Here you need to make your decision. You need to make your choice whether to go for that fresh one, white one, or the black one. Whatever you focus, that's exactly what you get in your life. I think for today it's enough. Thanks for listening. Bye.